help me welcome Mr. Kamal Belghmi on stage. Wow. Everybody is all ears for what you have to say.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunny, for the introduction. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank my ID partners, Ravi and Abi, for inviting me here, and also Sunny for the introduction. In fact, 6 months ago, I didn't think I would be here. So it's a great day to be here with you and to welcome you at the 13th edition of the Hotelier Summit Africa. My partners at IDE and I thought of adding an investment session to this edition. We will be talking about various topics and trends in the hospitality industry, and that's what's exciting about it. Our discussions today will focus also primarily on North Africa. We are gathering to discuss what's new, what's upcoming, what's disruptive. Disruption is that kind of word that is used nowadays to underline major changes, breakthroughs, transformations, but more than that, is that kind of change that can take us by surprise. And what is it? Well, for 2017, there is quite some disruptive forces. We are seeing the rise of mega brands, like massive consolidations of Marriott and Starwood. And that's going to impact tremendously the world and Africa. Chains like Hilton, Marriott, IHG, and Accor have more than 12,000 upcoming projects in their pipelines. The independent hotels are likely to be impacted by this wave. It took Marriott more than 80 years to build up an inventory of 600,000 rooms. It took only 4 years for Airbnb to build up that kind of inventory with that level of 600 virtual rooms all over the world, contributing to the emergence of the growth of private lodging sector. That's what we find literally everywhere, even here in El Jadida. We are also seeing the rise of the digital customer service. Savvy travelers are using digital platforms to book their flights, hotel rooms, make comments on TripAdvisors, share experiences on Facebook and Twitter. Today, having a social media presence is becoming crucial in the hospitality industry. The digital customer service is seeing the rise of robots via digital services. Today, you don't need to speak with someone over the phone to make a reservation for a hotel room. Interfaces like Facebook Messenger, emails, chatbots, and so on are overtaking tasks previously done by employees that can have a serious impact on hotel manpower needs. With a smartphone, you have the world in the palm of your hand. In fact, with a touch of a button, travelers can download new apps to help tailor their vacations. That's also an opportunity for the hospitality industry to improve customer service. For instance, food tracking apps like delivery.com or Zomato enable customers to order food online to their taste. Well, this is not happening in the US only. It's here also happening in Africa, in Kenya, with a new app called Take It Easy Kenya, which offers an extensive range of multi-cuisine, continental, Indian, and Chinese menus. And despite the heavy traffic in Nairobi, delivery is quick. Is anyone here up for some orders or delivery? Take your orders. That's what the Y generation, and even as we call it, the now generation, is behaving as customers. Whether under the age of 35 or above, the now generation simply wants everything right now. With a large choice in their palm of their hands, in their smartphone, and they just can't wait to be delivered right on time. The Generation Y travelers look for the price and guest comments. As a result, hotel operators are more concerned about e-reputation. All the marketing strategies can be jeopardized as a result of negative comments, impacting on reputation. As Warren Buffett would say, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. Consequently, hotels are hiring digital talent for data analytics, social media, and e-reputation. In the era of digital transformation, the hospitality industry needs to be agile and constantly adapt to changes to keep up with this pace. Digital transformation are moving fast with the Internet of Things, robots in housekeeping, and other monotonous tasks. In Japan, some robots are used to clean under the bed already. However, for our countries in Africa, education and training in the field of hospitality are key to ensure high-quality service. It's in the customer service, the client experience, that hotels would need to be very alert about and customize their products and services. Hotel operators are offering each lifestyle brands to adjust to local markets. They put the emphasis on design, ambience, atmosphere, lighting, landscaping. These small details are so important that today operators spend considerable amounts in R&D to come up with some amazing design with architects and consultants. Design is what makes operators more product-oriented. IHG even launched a brand just for the Chinese market. So today, design and the customer experience make the top of the list when it comes to being on the competitive edge. It is also crucial for hotel development or real estate mixed-use project to take into account and integrate the history of the site and of its socio-cultural environment. That's really important, the history of the place. We are not at that time when the traveler used to go just for standardized rooms all over the world. He needs to feel the experience of the place. And that needs to be integrated in the interior design as well. About design, Steve Jobs used to say, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. That's how Apple has always been on top of innovation and design. That's what appeals to Generation Y and Generation Now. they are expecting innovative products and a lifestyle atmosphere in hotels with high-speed, free internet. That's why the demand for hotels is increasing significantly with the rise of the middle class and the business travelers. Designers of hotels operators will have to anticipate on the needs of these growing markets simply because millennials are always connected and posting comments on photos via their apps and social media platforms. Gen Ys define luxury as Instagrammable. Yes, Instagrammable experiences. So they can be sitting by the pool of a luxury hotel like this one, and you will be walking and you will hear, wow, that's Instagrammable. You see how the semantic is even changing in the industry. For instance, half of Chinese travelers coming to Morocco are millennials. Asian millennial travelers represent 35% of $600 billion spent by Asians worldwide. By 2020, this figure will increase by $350 billion due to the growth of personal income. With a GDP global growth rate of 7%, India, huge middle class, is right behind China, with 20 million travelers today. According to Forbes, this figure will reach 50 million in the next 3 years. This upward surge is likely to continue, and India, with a population of 1.5 billion, is likely to surpass China in the next 5 years. As in China, India, and in most African countries, the Generation Y is tech-savvy and educated with a rising personal income. Since Morocco waived visas for China, the number of tourists from this market increased by 400% over the past 2 years and will reach 100,000 tourists by the end of this year. The day Indians won't need visas for Morocco, the number of tourists may likely be as significant in growth rate as that of China. When we walk around the streets of Marrakesh, it is very common to see Indian people coming from the UK. So just imagine if they don't need the visas. And I would be very, very happy the day that Indian people also would be coming to Morocco without the need of a visa. This, for instance, Oberoi Hotels plan to open a hotel in Marrakesh before the end of this year and have a project in development in the marina of Casablanca. Other Indian operators like Taj Hotel are also looking for development opportunities in Morocco and North Africa. That means business and serious investments ahead with mergers, acquisitions, and JVs. China HNA has already acquired a 25% stake for $6.5 billion in Hilton and 51% of Carson Residor. In 2016, Chinese companies spent over $220 billion in acquisitions overseas. In Africa, the hospitality market, the total is developing rapidly, particularly in sub-Saharan countries. The total number of hotels under construction is 365, adding 64,000 rooms in 2017. The growth rate in terms of room inventory is over 40% in sub-Saharan countries and 7% in North Africa, where the market is already mature. Despite economic volatility and lower currency values, Africa remains resilient with emerging markets growing at 4 to 6%. Travelers today are also looking for quality infrastructure. They want new planes, new airports, new hotels, new malls, new leisure parks. They want things that are new. Urbanization is accelerating all over Africa. More people are moving from the rural areas to the cities. To give you an example, Lagos in 2050 is supposed to have 40 million, and other cities are bursting as well. Thus, the demand for the hotel accommodation is growing with significant levels of investments in African countries. So today, besides topics like wellness and sustainability, we are going to be talking about investment in the hospitality industry. A workshop on how to present a bankable project, whether brownfield or greenfield, will be conducted by Howard, as well as another one on asset management by Grant Thornton. Our aim is to provide a sound framework to help investors, hotel owners, investment funds, and bankers to assess the risk and opportunities of a hotel project. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time, and again, welcome at the Hotelier Summit Africa here in Mazagan, Morocco. Thank you.